think this is a very important teaching. So, first, in order to understand this laws of interdependent origination, I think His Holiness said it is extremely important to understand about the two truths, conventional truth and the ultimate truth. So once we have very good understanding of the two truths, so then this will give you understanding of the Four Noble Truths. So if you have very good understanding of the Four Noble Truths, then you can have understanding of the what is the triple gem, Buddha, what is Dharma, what is Sangha, So therefore, when we talk about two truths, right, conventional truth. So if you accept conventional truth is all daily life reality, Conventional truth is we in our daily life we experience and many things appears to our mind. All appearance, right? So if you accept conventional truth, then you will also accept the ultimate truth. Ultimate truth is beyond appearance, it's reality. Right? So you can understand very good relationship between conventional truth and ultimate truth. So conventional truth is our existence of reality. Whatever we experience, right, on the basis of conventional level, right, things appear. So we can say like this: your own emotion, right? Your own emotion is arising, remaining, and departure. So so your mind. When we talk about mind, your gross mind is coming, remaining, departure. Your affective emotion like anger, coming, remaining, and departure. So these are very much related conventional level. So conventionally, whatever appears to us, we believe 95% appearances are good. That's the conventional level. But once you accept the conventional level, then you will definitely accept the ultimate level, because appearances are dual mind. Whatever appears is dual mind. So it means we can go beyond appearance. So beyond appearance means non-dual mind. So if you understand truth, then this is very good foundation to understand Four Noble Truths. So when we talk about Four Noble Truths, right, it seems to be easy, but it's very comprehensive. Buddha's first teaching, every on all the Pali, Sanskrit, its foundation teaching was Buddha's teaching. So the Buddha taught Four Noble Truths because we have mind, right? So we have mind, right? So when we have mind, so we have positive mind and negative mind. So positive and negative mind. So when the mind is unsubdued, so we create many negative afflictive emotions. So that afflictive emotion is come from cause and condition. Right? So this is in the Rice Seedling Sutra. Buddha himself said, due to existence of these that arise, due to existence of these that arise. So because of afflictive emotions, what result is pain and suffering, and we are in samsara. Due to protection of these that produce. So it means because we are in the samsara, right? Because we have ignorance, right? So if so long ignorance there, we are in the wheel of life, and we are in the samsara. So So due to protection of these that produce. So if so long ignorance there, so we are losing the will of life. So therefore, so once we have good understanding of the Fourth Noble Truth, right? So you understand these pain, suffering coming from cause and conditions, right? So cause and condition. So cause and condition. So condition. There are different types of conditions, right? So according to Indian Master Asanka, make three different types of condition. Causal condition, right? And right, condition of cause, condition of impermanence, and condition of potentiality. So condition of cause, and condition of impermanence, and condition of potentiality, potential. So condition of cause means we are talking about not only external cause, right? Internal cause in effect, karma. So condition of cause means what is the condition of this will of life? It comes to ignorance, right? Ignorance, fundamental ignorance. So as long as fundamental ignorance is there, it will bring you other like anger, attachment, all these 6 root delusions. Then this will extend to 20 secondary affective emotions. And this will extend to 84,000 affective emotions. So because of 84,000 affective emotions, Buddha taught 84,000 teachings. So Buddha taught first 84,000 teachings means he taught the Kangyur, which is the Kangyur means direct speech of Buddha Shakyamuni. Previous time, Buddha taught 125 volume Kangyur. So Kangyur is directly speech of Buddha. In previous time, all these great masters memorized all the Buddha's teaching and not reading all the texts. Right? So later, all these great arhat collect all the texts and then written language, Pali and Sanskrit. So therefore now, so Kangyur is the Buddha's teaching, right? So Kangyur, what is the all the Kangyur teachings are included in the 3 baskets. The 3 baskets, Buddha's teaching on the 3 baskets. So Vinaya basket. So it is teaching on moral discipline. Mainly emphasize how to practice morality, how to practice discipline, right? And then the basket of teaching discourse mainly emphasize about training of the concentration, so which means samadhi. Remember we are talking about calm abiding samadhi is this single pointed mind. So when we practice samadhi, mainly what we have to do is to subdue two main faults: distraction and mental agitation and mental dullness. These two eliminated by meditating on the samadhi, right? So that discourse, and then basket of teaching on knowledge. So mainly emphasize training of wisdom. So wisdom is life, emptiness, or rather. So therefore, all this Kangyur 112 volumes is directly spoken by Buddha. Now it is written text. So mainly Pali, Sanskrit is completely text. Now whole text translated into the Tibetan language, which is from 8th century. Tibetan king, King Tisunduzen invite Lama Sambhava and Indian master Santi Laksita. Santi Laksita is from West Bengal. Great Nalanda Indian master. So, and then there are 100 Tibetan translators, and Santi Laksita said, so you have very good and rich language. You should translate all this Sanskrit into the Tibetan language. So that's why we have Kanju 125 volumes. Kanju is the teaching of Buddha, right? Now Tenju means this Kanju is the base, and this is the commentary. Kanju is very difficult to understand, when you read. So you need all these 80 Masi, the Indian master, compose Tenju. Tenju means based on Kanju, commentary by Indian 80 Masi, the Indian master. So Tenju 225 value, which is the commentary of the Kanju. It was 80 Masi, the Indian master. And now Tenju, for us, difficult to understand, So then, Tibetan master, the Gelugpa, there's Nyingma, there's Kagyu, Sakya, compose commentary of the Kanju is Sumbung. So it is said that so far, maybe more than 20,000 in the text. All these by Tibetan master, Kagyu, even for Lama Tsongkhapa, 18 volumes, Gyalpa Rinpoche, altogether 35 volumes, then other Nyingma Mipham, great master, Sakya, and altogether more than 20,000 this text. All these are commentary based on Kagyu, then Tenju, then commentary. So then now, so this is how sutra is the basis of our teaching. So now this sutra, Light Settling Sutra, this is the special sutra for 12 links of inter-Tibetan origination. So this sutra, Venerable Maitreya and so Shariputra and Maitreya discussed. Okay, so that sutra, Right Settling Sutra. So now in this sutra, this is talking about dependent origination, right? Dependent origination. In this sutra, we are talking about dependent origination. We are talking about dependent origination, right? So mainly we are talking about the understanding the different types of dependent origination, right? Dependent origination of cause and condition, dependent origination of the parts, and dependent origination of the designated by the mind. So 3 different categories of the dependent origination. So dependent origination of cause and effect, right, is cause and effect is karma, law of cause and effect. So therefore now this In this sutra, right settling sutra, so this sutra make 5 profound ways to understand the dependent origination, right? Dependent origination of first is cause and effect. Second is path, right? All in path. Third is designated by the mind. So now first we are discussing about dependent origination of cause and effect. So in this Life Settling Sutra, make 5 profound ways to understand dependent origination of cause and effect. Number 1 is they are performed from the point of view of their causes. That's number 1. Number 2, they are performed as regard their nature or character. Number 3, they are performed in relation to their mode of production. Number 4, they are performed with respect to their duration. And number 5, they are performed in regard to their origins. So make 5 profound ways to understand dependent origination of cause and effect. Now first, in this sutra, Buddha talking about they are performed from the point of view of their causes, right? So view of their causes means due to existence of these that arise, right? Due to production of these that produce. So that means anything cannot produce anything, right? Rice cannot produce mango, right? Impossible. Mango seed cannot produce rice. They are cause and effect, right? But what we need profound cause and effect. Profound cause. So we are talking about condition. Talking about condition. Okay, condition divided into 4: causal condition, right? And causal condition, condition of object, right? Condition of causal condition, condition of object, immediate condition, right? I forgot one condition. Anyway, this condition. So therefore, Buddha pointing out, first giving external object to prove relationship between cause and effect, right? So, for example, like rice seed produce rice, not produce barley. So similarly, if this related to our afflictive emotions, like we are talking about to discipline the mind, right? So when the mind is not disciplined, right? When the mind is not trained through, remember previously we are talking about the 3 baskets, right? 3 baskets. So training morality, training concentration, and training wisdom, realizing emptiness. So training morality, right, is basis, first level, right? Moral means you are training morality. We subdue our daily gross afflictive emotions. When you have moral, you have less gross afflictive emotions. Moral person, right? Generally speaking, we are talking about, according to Buddhists, we are talking about 10 non-virtuous actions of the body, actions of the speech, actions of the mind. Once we subdue 10 non-virtuous actions and practice virtuous actions, we have moral discipline, realization of moral discipline. So that is the foundation to build good concentration. If you want good concentration, you must have good moral discipline. Because the moral discipline is the basis of concentration. Concentration is the basis of understanding reality or wisdom, realizing emptiness. So on the basis of good morality, right, then you can, no problem, concentration. Concentration, we are talking about samadhi, right? Samadhi. So samadhi level, practicing shamatha with the 9 stages of the mind, right? Setting the mind, placing the mind, placing with petulant concentration. Go like that, slowly, slowly, gradually, gradually. You will develop your concentration, will subdue all the subtle emotions. Once you have these two, right, growth and subdue subtle emotions, so then very easy to realize emptiness or reality. So foundation is like that, right? Moral discipline. On the basis of moral discipline, concentration, wisdom, realizing emptiness. So that's the point that they are performed from the point of the view of their causes. They have their own causes, right? So anything cannot produce anything. That's the point. Number 2, they are performed regard the nature or character, right? So every cause and effect have their own nature, right? We often speak about people's nature, like his nature is aggressive sometimes, or his nature is very, unsettled. His nature, we talk about the nature of the people, But when we talk about nature of the external, object, we talk about nature of the 4 elements, fire nature. What the nature of fire? What the nature of water? What the nature of the wind? And what the nature of the consciousness? Like that, right? So nature and character. Understanding is very, very important. Nature and character give you understand base and characteristic. Very, very important. Base is conventional truth. Characteristic is, you can say, the base of the cup. Cup is the base, right? So this is the conventional level we are talking about. If there is no base, we will not talk about characteristic of the cup. So because of base, we will talk about characteristic of the cup, right? Cup is empty, without existence, is the characteristic of the cup. Impermanence of cup, shape, all these kinds of things, because of base, cup, and characteristic. So it means base and characteristic are extremely connected. You know what I mean? If there is no base, there is no characteristic, right? If there is no base of cup, there is no emptiness of cup, right? So that's why nature, they are performed their nature or character, right? So every phenomena have their own nature, their own character, right? So cup nature, people's nature. So nature is generally speaking about base and character. The base and the character are strongly connected. To understand this will give you understanding about truthfulness. Cup is the conventional truth. Characteristic emptiness of cup is the ultimate truth. So that's they are performed as regard the nature of their cup. They are performed in relation to their mode of production, right? So when we talk about cause and condition, right, not one cause and condition, right? many cause and condition comes together and bring you result, right? Many factors, right? So external things like seed, not one cause. The seed is the substantial cause of barley. Right? Barley seed is the substantial cause of barley, right? Seed, right? Now you need many other factors to bring the barley, right? So cooperative cause, there are many different types of cause and the condition. For external things, what do we need, right? Seed, water, moisture, sunshine, all come together, result, right? So they all are related, right? They have relationship between cause, main cause and cooperative cause and condition all come together will bring you the result. So when it comes to our inner mind, similar, we have what cause bring us to samsara. Main cause is ignorance. If there is due to ignorance, right? If there is ignorance, fundamental ignorance, there is karmic karma, karmic formation. If there is karmic formation, there is consciousness. So they all destroy links, right? So when we talk about relation, so they were talking about relationship between main cause, substantial cause, and cooperative cause, right? So that they are performed in relation to their mode of production. They are performed with the respect of their duration, right? The duration, when we plant the external seed, they have duration, right? Generally speaking, like corn, like the 3-month duration in India, then harvest the corn. Right? So any seed has duration, right? So duration means it is coming, remain, and departure, right? Dissolving, right? So similar in our inner afflictive emotions, right? Now we talk about ignorance, like fundamental ignorance. How can we destroy this fundamental ignorance? Right? At the moment, it seems to be very, very difficult because it is huge. It cannot fit in this temple, Maybe if today we not practice emptiness, more ignorance tomorrow. Week, month, path. But ignorance is huge. And you may think, oh, how can I defeat the ignorance? But many masters said, like Nagarjuna, an Indian master said, we should not discourage. So this, when we talk about fundamental ignorance, right, to defeat, we need kind of determination, right? We will defeat. First proof is we will defeat this, no matter how strong this ignorance, we will defeat because the fundamental basis of ignorance is invalid. Invalid. There's no valid reason or no valid foundation. Ignorance is projection of the mind. It is mistaken and no valid foundation. If there's no valid foundation, right, then that will prove if we increase our opposite of the ignorance, right? What we are talking about, understanding dependent arising and understanding emptiness will definitely, how strong ignorance will defeat because these are correct view and basis, valid proof and reason. So so we talk about invalid mind and valid mind go together. It cannot go together because it contradict. If invalid mind increase, valid mind decrease. If valid mind increase, invalid mind decrease. So that means so understanding dependent arising, understanding emptiness will definitely defeat the ignorance. So we need this kind of determination, and from the beginning we should not discourage it, I don't think I can defeat ignorance, too much, I have so much emotion. Something like will discourage for you, right? So it is said, Buddha said, whatever Buddha himself said in the sutra, right? Whatever arises from cause is not arise from inherently cause. Because it relies on the cause, it should be empty. Understanding emptiness is cautious. You know what I mean? So for us, whatever appears to our mind, is appearance of inherent existence. But whatever appears to our mind, appearance of inherent existence is mistaken. It's not valid. So therefore, we should think that no matter how strong a fleeting emotions and negative mind, base is unstable because base is invalid mind. Even you have small understanding of dependent arising will dispel many ignorance. Just tiny understanding of dependent arising will dispel many ignorance because foundation is valid proof and valid reason. So that's they are profound with respect of their durations. And then they are profound in regard to their origin, right? So when we talk about samsara, right? Samsara is will of life, So will of life. What is the origin of this will of life? Right? What caused us to bring in this will of life? It comes to what? Fundamental ignorance. Right? If ignorance cease, karmic cease. If ignorance produce, karma produce. So that's why in the sutra, due to ignorance, there's karmic formation. In the sutra, if ignorance cease, karma cease. So therefore now, so origin, the profound in origin, this is the ignorance. Understand? Ignorance means, generally speaking, ignorance means not knowing. But here more than that, ignorance means not understanding the reality. Right? Not understanding the reality means we are not, whenever things appear to our mind, our mind goes to the appearance and not goes to the reality. Appearances are more stronger than our understanding of reality. Because appearance will bring you many mental projections. If there is no appearance, there is no mental projection. Right? So therefore, whatever appears to our mind, like external, internal, whatever, that's appearance. But when we talk about appearance, the different types of appearance, right? Sometimes you may have very strong appearance. sometimes middle, sometimes little, with little, Let me give an example of appearance of the when you go to supermarket, right? So you have so many things in the supermarket. All these objects appear to your mind, but you don't have to notice all these objects. So many objects there. All these objects appear to our mind, appear, but not necessarily we have to pay attention, right? So maybe you are looking for certain object in the supermarket, and you are looking, and then you find, oh, I want this object. So now the appearance, previous appearance is just all object appears, but we don't notice much, but very small, not much attachment. So you think, oh, I want this certain object, oh, I want this to buy, Now you see the change the appearance. Now little bit stronger appearance of the object. Oh, now you check your wallet, oh, maybe I can buy this. So you buy that object. And then you think, oh, it belongs to me. That is strongest. Now it belongs to me, right? And then you think, oh, it belongs to me. If somebody, whatever, destroy that object, you get angry, right? Or somebody throw away, oh, like that. That's a different type of appearance, right? So therefore, all these coloring, all this appearance, projection, all these mental afflictions, or if you look, it comes from ignorance. Ignorance is very, it's very deep, but very sneaky. You don't notice much. Anger is easy to notice. These are very gross affective emotions. But ignorance, very, very deep. Deep. So when we talk about the performed in regard to their origin, it comes to the fundamental ignorance. So that's the my teaching about these world-setting sutras. So it means that first, very important to understand the two levels of truth. It is conventional truth. Every day we experience, right? It's all happening all the time. So you accepting conventional truth, or if you are rejecting ultimate truth, then you are accepting conventional truth means appearance. And now if you accept ultimate truth, then you have to think there's something beyond the conventional truth. So there's something beyond the conventional truth means I can transform my dual mind into the non-dual mind. Non-dual mind means making appearance and reality one. That's what Buddha said, right? Appearance, whoever understands emptiness is cautious. Remember? Whatever arises from cause does not arise inherently because it relies on the cause, it should be empty. And that means making appearance and reality oneness. When we have dual mind, we split the appearance and reality. When we split this, then we have so many different types of all these projections, all these different types of fluid emotion. So this is teaching. Thank you. Anyone have questions? Character is like
a nature.
Base
Yeah.
characteristic. When you understand base is conventional truth. Characteristic belong to the base. Right? No base, no characteristic. But we should remember we talk about product and non-product, right? Product. So product, then condition of cause, condition of impermanence, and condition of potentiality. Non-product, right? We cannot talk about condition of cause, condition of impermanence, and condition of potentiality. But the non-product is permanent phenomena. Like non-product is always there. Space is non-product. It is not condition, not impermanence, not potentiality, right? So when we divide phenomena in the Buddhist perspective, we divide it into existing and non-existing. Existing, product and non-product. Product, then some products sometimes there, sometimes absent. Right? Sometimes there, sometimes absent means product. Product, then we have form, then we like form, smell, taste, all of product. Then we have different type of consciousness, also product because momentarily changing. We have neither form nor consciousness. We have like self. Self is neither form nor consciousness. Right? It belongs to that category, but they are all product. Non-product means emptiness. Emptiness is non-product. But when we should not confuse about emptiness. Right? When we talk about base of emptiness, right? Pot. Pot is the base and emptiness of pot. Right? So one base, one characteristic. When somebody with a hammer, smash the pot, no base, right? No base, gone, right? But we cannot talk about emptiness of the pot, right? You understand what I'm saying? That does not mean emptiness of pot is non-product. All emptiness of non-product, right? But smash the pot, there is no emptiness of pot. Nothing to do with the emptiness, it's just for the base. With no base, then somebody, hammer, destroy the pot. We cannot speak about characteristics of the pot. That does not mean emptiness is non-product. We should not confuse about that one, okay?
Yazoye Shape Sije Baru Tangyeji Guru Ranamadala Gandhari Hariyami. Whatever small virtuous merit I gather from prostrating, offering, declaring, rejoicing, requesting, and beseeching, I dedicate this to attain full enlightenment. The snowlands of Tibet, the source of benefit and bliss, overlook the Jhara, Tenzin Gyatso, live until the end of cyclic existence. From my two collections, vast as space, I have amassed from working with this practice for a great length of time. They become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds are blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. I find the best to complete greater paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas of practice. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness of the minds of all beings, points to the path as I have discerned. Hold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. My heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings are not yet spread or once spread have declined. I expose this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounties, peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. But even this greater course of enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and the sons. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity make things conducive for practicing excellent paths. Never be parted in any of their lives in the purest paths praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread.
Thank you.